Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Apollo Justice, the Ace Attorney Trilogy. I hope that you guys are enjoying this series. I know it's been a week since the last part, but we're going to be doing case number 3. Seeing a lot of comments, people requesting the next part as soon as I can. And with Watch Dogs being wrapped up very soon, we'll be able to put out more Ace Attorney parts. But anyways, let's do episode 3. And I'm noticing that for episode 3, I see Maya Fey on the cover, and Maya Fey was a main character in the original Pheonix Wright games. I'm actually surprised she never made an appearance until now. Now we're finally going to see her make an appearance. I played the original Pheonix Wright games. I never played this one, but I remember her. And if she gets accused of murder here, this is going to be her 3rd time, because she got accused of murder twice in the original trilogy, and if she gets accused of murder again, this is going to be crazy. But anyways, let's do it. The Right of Turnabout, Investigation Day 1. Maya is also the most popular, side character in the Ace Attorney games. Right of Turnabout.
Wakey wakey, 201. Got some more questions. Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on, we're small fries compared to... Huh?
What the hell? The hell was that? What was that? What was that? Okay, I guess we'll find out what the hell that was about. That was, okay, Temple. Another fine day in the Kingdom of Kharain. So we're back in the Kingdom of Kharain. Again, it's so peaceful. Can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still. It sure was a rough start. Now, do what I came here to do. See Maya. Her long ascetic training is finally coming to an end. Before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. Mr. Wright! Oh, it's Albie. Yeah, so I was reading his name incorrectly last time. You guys told me that I'm not supposed to say his name Akbi, I'm supposed to say his name Albie. That's how so it's a reference to I'll be your guide. Happiraki. Hey, Albie. Happiraki. Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of Kharain. I don't know about that, but I guess all that practicing is paying off. Have you gotten used to life at the temple? I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me. Haha. Yes, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn. After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is very important here in Kharain. Hats off to you guys. Don't know how you do it. And today's a special day, full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content. I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So what makes today so special anyway? You mean you don't know? Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year. That's what Maya must have been talking about on the phone yesterday. I wonder what her role in it is. So, what exactly is Maya going to be doing, for this purification rite? What? Didn't she tell you? She's playing the role of Lady, Kira. It's only the most important part of the entire rite. It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role. Wow, that's really something. It really is. Helping out such an amazing person has been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life. So, who is this Lady Kira you mentioned? Well, let me explain. Once upon a time, hundreds of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought valiantly. Let me stop you right there. Is something wrong? No, it's just... I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story. Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell. Ooh, dodged a bullet there. Alright, you're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. The story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on the right with this. An English guidebook. Where did you dig this up from? I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it. Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See, there is her name on the back. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then. Rights Guide. A guide to Karani's rights written for tourists. Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rites to take place. Oh. Full moon. High priest staging area curtain. Ceremony ends with the rite of fire in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The purification rite is a 3-part ceremony held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Pony. It begins with the transformation rite. The high priest reads scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. Next is the rite of water, in which the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends with the rite of fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The two then devote themselves to prayer until the rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. So basically the whole thing's a fancy way for Lady Kira to take a bath once a year. Must be nice to be her, haha. Let's go! The Plaza of Devotion. Wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her. It's on a mountaintop, so it might get a little cold though. Think I can handle it. Okay. Plaza of Devotion. A9. Plaza of Devotion. Brr. It's so cold. Well, it's like the air itself is made of ice. But look at all these people. Well, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is. So basically is, what is... Can you guys tell me in the comments, what is the Kingdom of Karain? What is the Kingdom of Karain supposed to be based on? Is it supposed to be based on Chinese-occupied Tibet? Or is it supposed to be Nepal? Because it seems like it's a mountainous country in Asia. Devoted, right. But couldn't they just as easily do all this praying someplace warmer? This too is part of our religious training. It helps us build strength for our spirit and willpower. Further up at the end of these stairs is the inner sanctum. Wow, climbing that. See, everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious. Of course we are! After all, Karain is also known as the Land of Prayer. It said that we Karanis spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer. What? For 15? From the moment we wake, the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. See all the square flags around here? They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people. Oh. Always talk about these colorful strips of cloth. Something written on each one. Such piety is the glory of our people, and I'm afraid that story's gonna have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now. Oh yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Miss Maya again. Pardon me, O noble traveler.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
And who might you be? Maya?
Miss Maya, happy Rocky. Happy Rocky, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey. Oh, thanks. Hey, long time no see, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act? Yeah, so I was worried that they changed Maya's personality, but I guess not. And this is her theme that's also playing, too. Yeah, you can say that again. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Karain village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time. That was many years ago. Her ability channel spirit saved me more times than I can count. I sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright & Co. law offices. Now she's here, training to be the leader of Karain Village and the master of her craft. Apparently, to become the master of the Karain channeling technique, you have to train here in Karain. This is where the technique originated. Yeah, so it looks like she's gonna be the head of her village, and her aunt basically tried to frame her for murder because she didn't want her to become the head of the village. She wanted her daughter Pearl to become head of the village in the original Trilogy games. Didn't I sound just like a pious nun when you saw me just now? Too bad that's about all I learned from all the training I did. Haha, you haven't changed a bit, Maya. Huh? And what's that supposed to mean? May look a little more mature on the outside, but inside she's the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that. Maya. I heard what happened, Nick. You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh? Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story. I was the accused. But you should have seen Mr. Wright in action, he was amazing. Ahahaha. I bet it was another one of your famous seat off your pants come from behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times. Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour, so sue me. You haven't changed a bit either, Nick. Ouch. Definitely stings more when it's coming from her. I guess you finished the bulk of the training needed to become the master, right? Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? Yep. I've completed the full 2 years. I can finally go home once I perform the purification rite. Actually, I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of their sacred rites. Yeah, that is a bit odd. Well, the High Priest's wife usually conducts it each year, but with her baby on the way, it's just more than she could handle. So the High Priest practically begged me to stand in for her this year. Well, I may not know all of their customs, but with your training, I'm sure you'll do great. You bet. Just you watch, Nick. I'm going to be the best Lady Kira, guardian deity ever. I better throw in a few prayers for things to not end in a flaming disaster then. Guardian deity. So about that guardian deity you'll be training today. What exactly are we talking about here? Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't really a deity in the way we think of them back home. Oh, that's Lady Kira. She's a real person who fought to establish the Kingdom of Karain a long, long time ago. Wow, so she actually existed. And now the Kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. They believe she appears to protect the Kingdom whenever it's in danger. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the Kingdom's enemies. That sounds like something you'd be into. I know, right? Well, she did like the Steel Samurai a lot in the original, so she would definitely be a fan of this. Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right. Whatever floats your boat. Still, Lady Kira must really be a popular deity if all these people are here for her. Yep. But there's more to it than just her popularity this year. There's more? Right's popularity. So, why is this right attracting such a large crowd this year? Because there's been actual sightings, you know, of the real deal. Allow me to explain. A mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared, just like in the legends. And she began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons right and left. You're kidding, right? They say it's only a matter of time till she gets their leader, the revolutionary Dirk, too. Oh, Dirk's the guy that we saw. So Lady Kira is a rebel hunter now, huh? A bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they're trying to disrupt the peace. I doubt the actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life. I didn't believe it at first, either. But there's a real picture of her on the front page of today's newspaper. Sightings of her go back 2 years. But this is the first actual picture of her to be taken. Can't believe someone was able to actually capture her on film. Yeah, we can see. I'll move my camera for a second so you guys can see. But right there, yeah, see the face? But could this be just some Lady Kira fan, you know, like you, Maya? That is a good point. You mean like a cosplayer? Well, I'm a cosplayer. Those rebels are no joke, Nick. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. Think some regular cosplayer can take on people like that dressed in a costume alone? That's why she has to be the real deal. It gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit's possessed a sacred robe or something. You're possessing a piece of clothing. Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're just jealous that I'm still young at heart. Got a real office to run now, so I've got to keep it real, right? Don't know who you're talking about, but that's definitely not me. You really lost your edge since I last saw you. Spikes of yours have grown really dull. There's even one that's drooping. Can we leave my hair out of this? Anyway, I swear that Lady Kira's, people have been spotting is the real deal. Besides, it's just so much more fun to believe it's true, you know? Can't believe you really, buy all that. Although, wonder who's under that robe. Favor from the morning of the purification rite reports on Lady Kira's activities, among other things. Mr. Wright, she's the talk of the town. She even gave me this great new food idea. It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. I'm calling it the Kira bun. It's to talk about a Kira business strategy. Come on, Maya. Just admit it to you running around dressed as Lady Kira already. I guess the jig is up. What? Is it really true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is. I, Lady Kira. After hundreds of years, I've returned this lovely young lady's body. What? Only a minion of the Defiant Dragons could see through my disguise. Now feel my wrath, foul lawyer. Yeah. Ow. But Mr. Wright. Just kidding. I mean, come on. Maybe dressing up as a Lady Kira for the right today. But there's no way I could ever beat up one of those rebel types. I don't know. That was a pretty solid left hook she just... Oh, you were just trying to be funny. Really had me going there for a second. No one can be that naive, right? Right? Well, I hope you enjoyed playing superhero at the right today. Oh, when you put it that way. I'm even more hyped about it now than I was already. Oh, I hear the sound of the High Priest's footsteps. I better get going. Footsteps? During the rite, he wears these really big bells in his ankles. Well, that's probably an important detail. That way, I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? We'll see you later. Doubt they're actually meant to be a slacking warning system, Maya. Miss Maya is always so bright and cheerful. Yeah, I'm glad to see she hasn't changed. As in I wonder if this means her training's been all for naught. I hope not. Ah, it's Acolyte Zealot. Zealot? Acolyte Zealot? Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe. He's a disciple of the High Priest Abbot Inmi, and lives and trains at his house. See how he prays in the cold without moving a muscle? Yeah, I could never do that. Ah, it's a Abbot Inmi. Purification rite is about to begin. That's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during the rite. It looks almost exactly like what that figure newspaper photo was wearing. Whoever it is must have worked really hard to copy it. Please, sir, it's not a good idea to stare like that. You could be struck blind. Give me a few more seconds. I mean, something you see every day. Oh, those bells on the High Priest's ankles. They're a lot bigger than I thought they'd be. Mr. Wright, time to enter the prayer pose like everyone else. Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother. Okay. See, first I kneel down and cross my ankles, and then I bow forward. Ouch! Great. Now all I can see is the ground, and my back is killing me. Really should have trained for this, sir. Wait a sec. How long are we supposed to stay like this, Albie? The rite requires we stay like this until the day after tomorrow. Oh, God. Oh my God. It's like he kneeled down in prayer and didn't think about asking how long they're gonna be like. Oh man. Oh man, no. No. That's 2 whole days. I don't feel so. Mr. Wright, are you okay, sir? Somebody help! Mr. Wright, please, you have to get up. Wait, what just happened? Ouch, my aching. Albie, where are we? The High Priest's house at the foot of the Plaza of Devotion. I guess I passed out from that back pain. Must have carried me all the way here. Something's terrible has happened. Oh god, no, don't tell me it's a murder. It's Miss Maya, she's... Oh, just follow me to the Plaza of Devotion. Something must have happened while I was passed out. Miss Maya's... She's been arrested! Oh no. Yeah, I knew it. This is literally her 3rd time getting accused of murder. Maya is the most unlucky character in the entire Ace Attorney series. Getting accused of murder in 3 different cases. What?! May 10, 8 a.m. Plaza of Devotion. What happened? Of Puff. Where's Maya? Just take it easy, alright? But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything wrong. You can talk all you want back at the station. Let me go. Maya. Nick, I didn't kill him. I swear I didn't. Quiet you, come along peacefully or suffer the consequences. Wait a second. What on earth is going on? I don't know who you are, but if you don't get out of my way... Hey, back off, officer. Emma Sky, what's she doing in Karain? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright, but we're placing Maya under arrest. Alright, take her down to the station, but with respect, got it? Yes, ma'am. Nick! What is going on? So, what are you doing in Karain, Emma? It's a long story. Anyways, what are you doing in Karain, Mr. Wright? Same here, it's a long story. But can we get caught up later? Right now, I need to know what happened. Maya's, well, under arrest for the murder of the High Priest. Oh god. Wait, the High Priest was murdered? What happened? What happened, Emma? Please tell me everything you can. Well, basically, there was a murder during the rite as it was being performed last night. The victim is terrorist Inmi, the High Priest who was presiding over the rite. Wait, hold on. Last night? So, Pheonix passed out for a whole day? You mean to tell me an entire day's passed since the purification rite? That's right, sir. You passed out for a whole day from your back pain. Was it really his back pain, or did he pass out from something else? Never knew my back's like a ticking time bomb. I better take better care of it. The murder took place at the Inner Sanctum where the rite was being held. Inner Sanctum? All the way up there? The place where the spirit of Lady Kira is enshrined. It's through that gate over there and up at the top of the mountain stairs just beyond. Oh, so that's why everyone is offering their prayers in that direction. Abbott, Inmi, and Miss Maya went up to the Inner Sanctum to begin the rite. Just after they finished the prayer, you fainted in the middle of... So, who do you think killed the High Priest? Fortunately, Maya is our sole suspect right now. During the rite, the Inner Sanctum was off limits to the general public. But then only the High Priest and Maya could have been there when the murder occurred. Right. Plus, the Inner Sanctum is on the side of a very steep mountain. The only way up there is the stairway that starts here at the Plaza of Devotion. That's why she's been arrested. Also, the crime scene was only discovered after Maya came down alone. She's the one who told the worshippers in the plaza that the High Priest was dead. And she made a police statement to that effect. But she was the first one to discover the body. Well, that definitely doesn't help. Also, the first one who discovers the body could be the killer. A lot of times, killers will actually report the person they killed to the police. They do that because they think there's less suspicion on them. But the police never take your suspicion off of anybody. Even the people who call the police to the scene. It makes it even less likely that somebody else was there at the crime scene. Mr. Wright, sir. Are you going to defend Miss Maya? Yes, of course. There's no way she killed anyone. Yeah, I don't believe it either. She's been framed. But this is really something else. Mr. Wright. I mean, who'd have thought you'd have to take on that horrible court again? Yeah, that court was a mess. Tell me about it. I never thought I'd have to go through another trial. Where the divination seance determines all, and defense lawyers are unwelcome. So, what brings you here, Emma? Back in the US, I was working a case with an international prosecutor from Ukraine. So they do describe it as the US, an ace attorney, okay. Because they oftentimes confuse in the countries. He told me this is where I could see the latest techniques in international forensic science. I can't believe I fell for it. I mean, just look at this place. It's like we've gone back in time. Yeah, can't say I've been impressed with the police work I've seen so far. Still, he said he takes on cases from around the world. Maybe next time, we'll have one in a major city somewhere. Sounds like this prosecutor has taken a liking to you, Emma. After all, it's not every day a prosecutor takes a detective with them overseas. I wonder, he's calm and kind, and almost always has a smile on his face. But it's hard to tell what he's really thinking. International prosecutor. Is he the one who handled the Trilogy case? Yes, he is. I take it he'll be the prosecutor on this one, too. Yes, Prosecutor Sad Maddie. Already been assigned. Prosecutor Sad Maddie! Paul Kunka! You know him, Albie? Of course. Everyone in Karain does. He's a highly revered individual, both as a prosecutor and a monk. Go up against Prosecutor Sad Maddie, you're incurred the Holy Mother's wrath. But it's my job to as a lawyer. Oh, right. Sorry. It's great. Prosecutor who's also a revered monk in a deeply religious country. Trial's shaping up to be even more uniquely Kuranese than the last one. I'm not sure I should be saying this, but he's a formidable opponent. Yeah, I heard Apollo had a really tough time, so I better give it everything I've got. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Emma. They treat lawyers like criminals here. Come to think of it, Prosecutor Sad Maddie mentioned something to that effect. I'm not sure how much I can help, but I'll do what I can. Really, are you sure you aren't going to get in trouble for helping the enemy? It did come down on me pretty hard when I tried to help Trucy in the last trial. Okay, I'm gonna say is that you guys in the comment section, I've been reading your comments, my Ace Attorney parts, and you guys have told me that Prosecutor Sad Maddie is the most annoying prosecutor in the entire Ace Attorney series, and he was really annoying on the last part that we dealt with him, constantly bringing up religion into everything, and slandering Apollo over and over again. Let's just say, I'll help where I can. Thanks. Don't go getting yourself in trouble on my account, okay? Prosecutor Sad Maddie sounds pretty strict. So first things first, let's start with this. Hot off to the press is the High Priest autopsy report. Cause of death was blood loss from an abdominal wound delivered by a bladed weapon. The victim bled to death from a deep stab wound to the abdomen. Cause, time of death, May 10, between 2 and 3 a.m. Cause of death, blood loss from a deep abdominal wound caused by a bladed weapon. The wound appears to have been inflicted by the Baz dagger used in the right. The murder weapon is believed to be Lady Kira's Warbad dagger? Warped dagger. Or maybe it's warped dagger, that's what they're trying to maybe say with that. That it can change? It's used during the right, however, the dagger is yet to be found. Lady Kira's dagger, huh? I think Maya mentioned something about a dagger. Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right. Whatever floats your boat. And isn't the rebel hunter, posing as Lady Kira's, also armed with a dagger? Of course. Hers must be a replica, right? Would it be okay for me to go take a look at the crime scene, Emma? Police have already wrapped up their investigation. But the location itself is off limits to the general public, so I'm not sure. Emma, please, I'm begging you. Just like the police, I need access from it to mount a viable defense. Alright, then. Leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to Prosecutor Sad Maddie and the police later. Thanks, Emma. You have quite a climb ahead of you, so be sure to watch your step. Wait, you're not coming with me? Oh no, I'm not climbing up there again. No way. Is it really that bad? I wonder if my back can handle it. You get to the inner sanctum. Oh, you're so lucky, Mr. Wright. And, also, Pheonix actually fell off a mountain. He actually fell off a cliff off a mountain in the first, Ace Attorney game, or in the Ace Attorney trilogy, in the third game in the first trilogy. And, that he's gonna, yeah, not like climbing up another mountain. Why don't you join me, Albie? That's crazy talk, sir. If a commoner like myself were to set foot in there, I'd surely be cursed for all eternity. Because the inner sanctum is off limits for you, huh? Oh well. Guess I'll just have to face this all on my lonesome. By the way, what about all the people still praying here? Aren't they going to go home? Customs this rite requires that they not move from this spot until tomorrow afternoon. Oh. Doesn't face them to have police milling about. Some of them are even off-duty cops. Wow. I guess this is what it's like to live in a deeply religious society, huh? That could actually... The thing is, being in a pose like that for 2 days could actually kill you. That's what people don't know that. Is that you could get blood clots from that, and when you stand up, it could actually kill you. That could actually happen where people have been in certain poses for like days, and then when they get up, they actually die. So that could actually happen. Okay. Let's go to the inner sanctum. Let's investigate first. May 10. Inner sanctum. What the hell is this place? This isn't even a building? I thought this was gonna be a building at least. It's really high up and really, really cold. What did I do to deserve this? At least I made it. Better get started while I can still feel my fingers. Hmm? Who's that? Oh no, I think I know who that kind of looks like. Excuse me. Oh, great. Ah, it's you. You even know where you are? Barbed head? Of course I do. I ask why you're here, your benevolence? I came to pray for the High Priest's soul. What are you doing here? This is one of the most sacred spots in Kuranism. Unscrupulous lawyers such as you, have no business being here. But I'm not unscrupulous. Quiet! You dared to find fault with my insights at every turn the other day. Well, it was wrong. I'm still sore about that trial. Investigating the incident. As you know, your benevolence, a murder has occurred, and I need to investigate. Well, we know the killer is one of your own. In my country, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Plus, she's a serious student of spirit channeling, who came here to study. So can't you at least give her a chance to explain what happened? All practitioners from overseas are big, phony balonies. And her wish to train in the homeland of spirit channeling is but a bit for prestige. Seems like nothing I say will convince you otherwise, thanks to that last trial. Tweedledum and Tweedledee really did a number on her impression of foreigners. Defense. As a defense attorney on this case, I really need to investigate this crime scene, and I need to do it now. I'd even been authorized by the police, so... What's this? You intend to make a mockery of our sacred Hall of Justice once more? No, I simply want to defend my client. Which means, you have to come to forge evidence then. I knew all lawyers were criminals, and must now redouble my vigilance. Ouch, that's unfair. Taught you to demonize a whole group of people anyway. My mother and father, you have an issue with their parental guidance? No, I would never dare criticize the royal couple. I still can't imagine what the lawyers here, must have done to garner such hatred. Oh! And I just had the most wonderful idea, Barbed Head. Why do I have a bad feeling about that glint in your eye? Most wonderful idea. So, what's this most wonderful idea of yours? You are to investigate this murder. And I shall oversee your every move, as to prevent any misdeeds naturally. What? You want to follow me around the entire time? Of course. Not that I want to, mind you. And I will not tolerate any objections. Understood? You can't do this to me. What was that, Barbed Head? Oh, no, it's nothing. Very well then. Let us get this investigation over with. We mustn't stay here in the inner sanctum a moment longer than necessary. Please don't rush me. It is not without reason that I insist on a speedy investigation, Barbed Head. I am a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, who guides the people of Kurain. As such, I must not sully myself with the blood of battle that Lady Kira's bears. Blood of battle. If if it's that big of a problem, why don't you head on down now? I won't do anything, I promise. No, lawyers are never to be trusted. Now, make haste so that we may leave here soon. Oh, and one more thing. What now? Your victory the other day was but a stroke of fortune. This time, my insight shall reveal the absolute truth. So brace yourself for a defeat, most bitter lawyer. I will. Now can I get on with my investigation? As long as you know where we stand. Better hurry up and poke around for clues before she changes her mind. Bloody, I'm noticing this right away. Take a closer look, shall we? Look at this bloody statue. Whoa, this is blood. It's a statue of a warb. The bird on which Lady Kira's based her appearance. Warbed. I think that's a parody of warped. I wonder if that is. That she can change her appearance. That she's maybe a fake? And all of this blood is from the High Priest, huh? He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. May his soul rest in peace. Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with considerable force. But there's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. And also, when somebody's stabbed, they're not stabbed once, they're usually stabbed multiple times. And the person who stabs them is usually gonna have cut marks too. It's been stained red by the High Priest's blood. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. What's that from? An old legend. Wait, does that mean that the rebel hunting Lady Kira's in the newspaper is the real deal? Nah, that's crazy talk. Hey, isn't this Lady Kira's robes? Oh, holy mother. Lady Kira's robe is... I know how you feel. We should leave it as it is to preserve the crime scene. You imbecile. This is the actual robe Lady Kira's, once wore. It is. What the heck is it made of? I mean, nothing should look this good after a few hundred years. Enough. If I say it's the actual robe, it is the actual robe. It probably isn't. That foul murderer shall not get away with this. It is tough to see a piece of history sloppily tossed on the ground like this, though. It even looks like it's been, mended a number of times. The robe kind of smells. How dare you insult such a sacred piece of clothing like that? No. I mean, it smells like incense. Oh, I see. The scent you detected is from the sacred incense used to purify Lady Kira's robe. Whenever a rite is to be performed, the robe is first scented with sacred incense. If this still smells like incense now, this scent must have been much stronger last night when the victim was killed. The lantern, And it's still lit. Of course it is. The sacred flames in the 4 lanterns here have burned for centuries. Anyone who extinguishes even one of them would be put to death immediately. So that's why they're outfitted with glass wind guards. Still, better keep my distance, just in case. The moon and these lanterns were the only sources of light up here that night. The rite is performed by the light of the full moon, because moonlight is a purifying force. No touching. I wasn't going to. What's this? A bloodstained scrap of paper. Looks like some kind of note or letter, perhaps. Maybe one of those prayer cards, but it's written in Koreanese, so I can't read a lick. Let me see that. Once the flame is lit, then... will be... This is simply impossible to read. Wait. What is it? The stamp in the lower right. It's the mark of those insurgents. The Defiant Dragons. Rebel group. What's it doing here? Some kind of connection between the High Priest and the rebels? A bloodstained letter. A letter we found at the Inner Sanctum. A giant bloodstain makes it impossible to read. So basically, Karain is some kind of dictatorship. It seems to be an absolute monarchy, and there's also a rebel group that wants to overthrow the monarchy. But we don't know that much about the rebels yet. Maybe the rebels are actually good guys. They're called extremists constantly, but maybe they actually want what's good for the people. Looks like that about does it for this area. What an amazing wall painting. So this is Lady Kira. You see that red mark upon her robe? That is the character for death in Koreanese. The mark of resolve to fight to the end. There are many different marks we make on our bodies, each with a different meaning. Interesting. Come to think of it, you have marks on your face, your benevolence. So did the High Priest. The High Priest marks are those of a monk, while mine are of a royal priestess. All members of the Koreanist clergy have such marks upon them. Shape and location of the marks vary in accordance to conditions like status and age. And all records about them are kept at Temple. So it's a kind of like a national ID registry. Koreanist autopsy report updated in the court record. Is that a weapon in her hand? Yes, it is Lady Kira's dagger. Very same one used in the rite. It is made to resemble a warp, the bird Lady Kira's fashioned herself after. That dagger is the weapon that took the High Priest's life. If you wish to know more about Lady Kira, need but ask. I get the feeling she's gonna be super relevant to this case. Definitely ask the priestess for more details later. What's with this? Something hanging off the ritual curtain there. These look like those prayer flags down at the Plaza of Devotion, except they are arranged like no prayer flags I've ever seen. How so? All of these flags have been sewn together. Hey, you're right. It's like they're one big banner now. There is something written on a piece of it. Donated by Terrorist Inme. Seems this piece is from a donation Abbot Inme made at some point. Thank you, prayer flags. Prayer flags found outside the rival ritual curtain. They have been sewn together into a long banner, but why? Why were they sewn together? Maybe like a kite or something to fly up here? Weird. Rock must have fallen from higher up on the mountain. It's like the perfect perch for taking a peek over the curtain. Well, up I go. Wow, what an incredible view. It almost boggles the mind. Get down from there this instant. We're right. Sorry, I'll be right down. Looks like the inner sanctum is just slightly higher up than the top of this mountain. I guess that confirms that the stairs from the Plaza of Devotion are the only way up here. The lantern looks broken, but it's hard to make out the details from this angle. I'll take a closer look when I'm in a better spot. I think I better go take a closer look. This lantern is damaged. The wind guard is completely broken. Damaged. Was this your doing? No. I didn't even touch it. And perhaps a falling rock struck it. I will request that it be repaired when we are finished here. Of course, I doubt you will live long enough to see it restored. I'll be back to take a look, you'll see. Like a snow clearing here, which is weird too. There's no snow here. Maybe it was removed because it would interfere with the rite. Day before the rite, temperature in this area plunged below freezing. Even the Plaza of Devotion was covered in a layer of white frost. Must be the elevation. It wasn't all that cold back in town, as I recall. Snow has obviously been cleared away here, and the lantern is broken. Still have that camera I brought to take pictures of my trip. I should snap one of this area here, just in case. Inner Sanctum photo shows an area of shoveled out snow and a lantern of a broken wind guard. Yeah, wonder what this means. Nothing else particularly interesting here. During the rite, the inner sanctum was fully unclosed by the ritual curtain, making this case something of a locked room mystery. Ritual curtain, a curtain around the perimeter of the sanctum, isolating it from the outside world. The entrance was shut during the rite. Purification rite is akin to a bathing ritual for Lady Kira. Therefore, it must be closed off from the outside world. Oh, so the inner sanctum is like her private bathroom. Indeed. So see to it that you keep it clean. Flap in the center acts as the ritual curtain door, but that's about it. Eek. And what was that shrill scream for just now? It's just, I'm afraid of heights. I didn't notice as I was climbing up, but now that I can see all the way down. I guess that flight of stairs, the Plaza Devotion, really is the only way up or down. So, honestly, the worst part about climbing is climbing down when you're climbing something, not even climbing up, because you're looking down. What is this? This mountain face is like a towering wall. These are characters carved into it, but I have no idea what they mean. There is a prison at the apex of this mountain. Prison? Way up there? It is said that Lady Kira laid those he defeated to rest atop this mountain. That their souls will not spawn evil spirits. Feeling queasy just thinking about being all the way up there. And the fact that it's a prison just makes it worse. The statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a closer look at it. Look, the bird's missing its eye. Feel sorry for the poor fella. Are you the one who took it? Of course not. The statue has been here for ages. Most some damage is to be expected. I shall ask my mother to have it repaired. Wonder there are no lawyers left. Leave it to, if I were always treated like this. I don't think I'll find anything else of interest around here. Okay, let me present some stuff to her, because it seems that I can't find any more clues. Adama for your thoughts? Ugh, get that thing away from me. Alright, I'll just put it away then. Who told you to put it away? How am I supposed to inspect it if you do that? Keep it out, put it away. I wish she'd make up her mind. See this. Okay, no. Same thing, again. What a dreadful way to die. You know the High Priest, your benevolence. Yes, he was a pious priest of Karanism. As such, he had the trust of the entire kingdom. The entire kingdom, really? Yes, but what do you know of faith and trust? You who could never hope to match his virtue. It is like comparing the moon to a pebble, or the sea to a puddle. How did this suddenly become a game of pin the diss on the lawyer? Okay, let me see. Rights Guide? That is a book from your land, is it not? Yes, the guidebook about Karain that was written by people back home. Oh, so there are people in your land who know of our fair kingdom. And I imagine it must say something about me in there, correct? Actually, yes. It says the dance of devotion is performed by an adorable little princess. How dare they write me, of me as though I were a child? Hey, I'm just reading, what it says. It does seem secretly, pleased. I wonder if I show her the attorney's badge. What is that badge you bear? The sunflower pin. They're quite popular in my country. It is rather cute, I must say. Actually, it's just my attorney's badge. Oh. So you mean it would have actually been more as a cheap accessory? My profession is worth more than $1.20, you know. Okay. I've already searched here, but it never hurts to take another look around. Oh, okay, hang on a second. I be investigate the crime scene, but really is nothing left here to search. I'm at a loss. I don't know what I'm supposed to search here. Like, okay, I'll go to the detention center because I've given up at this point. Oh, she's following me to the detention center too? Okay, detention center. Looks like Maya's still being questioned. Have to come back again later. To think I would witness a lawyer being allowed to pass through this sacred gate. Yeah, well, I wouldn't unless I had to. Those stairs were brutal to climb. What's this? Do you even know how many monks would give their lives to pass through that gate? Be thankful for the great honor you have been afforded. Yes, your benevolence. Albie said these are called prayer flags, and the prayers written on them are carried throughout the kingdom by the wind. Now, if I were to pray for something, it would be, me not to get dragged into any more trouble than I already have. They're still praying. That's really something. It's called their absolute devotion to Lady Kira. But you don't have to pray to her, your benevolence. Our customs dictate that I must never associate myself with Lady Kira in any way. Instead, it is my duty to offer my prayers and dance to the Holy Mother every day. Why don't you try offering up a dance or two? I think you'll find it quite uplifting. No, thanks, I'm good. What did I miss, though? I'm missing some piece of evidence. I just don't know what I'm missing. Oh, let's talk to her. Maybe that's what I gotta do. Could you tell me about this place, your benevolence? I have nothing to say to you, lawyer. Is that because you don't actually know much about it? Oh, he got her. You ill-mannered, I am the Crown Princess of Karain. There is nothing I do not know. Nana. What the? Whoa, where'd she come from? Hey, no cheating. Silence, Barbed Head. Nana's knowledge is my knowledge. End of discussion. What is she, your pocket internet? This spring is where Lady Kira came to cleanse her body of the blood of battle. And today's purification rite is a ceremony that traces its origins back to those days. Cleansing Lady Kira's robe in the sacred water feeds one's, courage for the next battle. I see. Thank you for the excellent explanation. Commoners are normally barred from here, except for the Day of the Right. Who normally controls access to this place? The High Priest and his family are responsible for that. The High Priest and his family, huh? Gotta talk to his family. Lady Kira. So could you tell me more about this Lady Kira? As an outsider, I suppose your ignorance has all been unavoidable. Whatever happened to you need but ask. Nana. Hey, Lady Kira was the Holy Mother's younger sister. But unlike her older sister, she lacked the ability to channel spirits. However, it is said that none could equal her skill with the dagger. Dagger, well, that became relevant fast. The Holy Mother guides our souls, and Lady Kira keeps the peace with her dagger. Lady Kira was prepared to die for her people. She cloaked herself in a sacred battle robe and concealed her face as her sister did. Okay, but who was she fighting against? Throughout our history, we have been set upon by rebels. Now it is no different. Our enemy now is the Defiant Dragons, led by that insurgent Dirk. Lady Kira played a role akin to the police, huh? So what's with the bird imagery? Lady Kira's robe is fashioned in the likeness of a warbird. It is a fearsome bird that is unique to Karain. I see. And what about the recent rebel hunter, Lady Kira? Who do you think she is? I have heard about her, but I have yet to ascertain the truth. However, I believe her to be a vigilante, or more precisely a patriot. Even Princess Raifa doesn't know the true identity of the rebel hunter, huh? High Priest's family. Could you tell me about the High Priest and his family? Abbot Inmi, lived with his wife and disciple, Acolyte, Zealot. Oh, Zealot. Yeah, that name. A young man the couple took into their home upon finding him near our kingdom's border. And let me actually look up what Zealot means again, because I know it's a bad word, but I'm just curious what it means. Because a lot of times the Easter eggs for the characters, the names are just an Easter egg of what type of character they are. Zealot definition. A person who is fanatical and uncompromising in his pursuit of a religious, political, or other ideal. A fanatical person. So, basically, a zealot, it seems like here is, person with very strong feelings about something, such as religion or politics, and who wants other people to have those feelings. Okay, so it seems that, it's describing a zealot, online as, like, a religious extremist. So, a fanatic. That's basically what a zealot is, I guess. Speaking of his wife, isn't she the one who usually, plays off the role of Lady Kira? Yes. Yes, but she, as she is with child, the robe was appointed to someone else. The killer no doubt offered to stand in, as she saw it as a chance to slay the High Priest. No, you have it backwards. He was the one who asked Maya to stand in. Then that braggart, must have embellished her qualifications. I'm really not sure how she could. Besides, why didn't you stand in for the High Priest's wife, then? Did I not tell you before? As a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, the role of Lady Kira is forbidden to me. For those descendant of her holiness must not defile their bodies with the blood of battle. Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? I should probably talk with the High Priest's wife and Acolyte Zealot, later too. That about does it for the intersective, so I had to talk to her, that's what I was missing. Should probably head back to the Plaza of Devotion and let Emma know I'm done. After all, she's the one putting her neck on the line for me to investigate this. Any ideas what to do? The killer must have been the one they call Maya Fey. There can be no other. You never know. It's still pretty early in the investigation. He has spent time in the company of lawyers, so she must have a wicked soul. Thanks for reminding me how much people like me are hated in this country. It is only by the Holy Mother's mercy that you are allowed to investigate this sacred place. Remember that, and give thanks to Her Holiness for this great blessing at once. Oh, Thank you, your holy motherness. Or that didn't come out right. That seemed a little insincere. Shall we halt this investigation immediately? And no, wait. I'm grateful, really. I wonder. Going to be worse than walking on holy eggshells. What to do? Well, are you going to conduct your investigation or not? I will. It's just, are you going to keep following me around like this? Of course, unless you intend to do something you feel the need to hide. No. I do everything by the book. Then get on with it. I am not doing this for fun, you know. I too have many duties I need to attend to. And why don't you go to them instead of hovering over me? What's that look you're giving me? Am I perhaps being bothersome? No, don't be absurd. You're being incredibly bothersome. Okay. Lots of devotion. Wow, they're still praying. The religious devotion of our people is the pride of our kingdom. Come what may, they will continue to pray until tomorrow afternoon. Well, I will say this level of devotion is certainly to be respected. Now to find Emma. Who the hell are you? You there, wait. I want to ask you something. Okay. Do you, know me? And do I know you? What? Well, I'm Pheonix. Pheonix, right? A lawyer? No! I want to know if you know who I am. Huh? How should I know? I've never seen you before. This guy's acting really strange. I wonder if he's has amnesia or something. I can already see that he's dressed like a soldier, and he has mountain goggles, too, and a bandana. That's probably so that, the snow doesn't get in his face. I should talk to him a little more, just in case he's connected to this case somehow. Who are you? Are you having trouble remembering who you are? I'm sorry if I offended you. Ooh, I thought he was going to pull a weapon on me. But he's just pulling some snack out one after the other. What's that he's eating? Are those lizards? I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to, do. I know it's something important. Do you know this man or something, Barbed Head? No, I just said I've never seen him before, didn't I? Are you Lady Kira? You know of Lady Kira? Then you are a Karenese, I take it. Maybe? Wait, are those lizards he's eating? What? You want one? No, thanks. I just ate. Now, I remember. Get a load of this. Well? Well, what? I believe he's suffering from a far more serious malady than mere memory loss. No good, huh? Guess I'll try somebody else. What the hell is that about? So, who was that man? And what did he want, Barbed Head? I wish I knew. Hey, Mr. Wright. What now? Oh, it's Emma. What's wrong? I didn't surprise you that badly, did I? Oh no, it's nothing. Actually, I've been looking for you. I wanted to tell you I investigated the crime scene. I hope it wasn't too much trouble getting my investigation in the inner sanctum of... Oh, it was fine. Prosecutor said Maddie gave his okay straight away. Seems like a rather fair-minded prosecutor. He said that you would probably give up once you saw the crime scene for yourself. That moving on before the trial, began would be the smart thing to do. Moving on. He always says that. He must be feeling really confident about his case. Well, just so you know, I have no intention of giving up. I figured. That's why I prepared a little gift for you. I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated at the airport. Luminal testing actually might come in handy. Also, I made a copy of the crime scene photo for you. Thanks. All of this will definitely come in handy. This is what the High Priest's body looked like after the murder. That's a pretty brutal crime scene. And also, the human body has a lot more blood than people think it does. A lot more. I'll keep this along with the picture I took at the crime scene. Shows the High Priest's body a shoveled out area of snow and a lantern of a broken wind guard. Oh yeah. You're done questioning Maya. Really? I should go pay her a visit then. Poor Maya. She must be feeling pretty lonely. I should let her know that I'll be, defending her too. Oh shoot, look at the time. I have to get going. Sure seem busy. That's because his ephemeral holiness is a real slave driver. His ephemeral holiness? Prosecutor Sadmani, like the world's hardest riddle, wrapped in a flowery, sash. I keep wondering if it's just a clash of cultures type thing, you know? Like, he'll ask the most insane things of me without batting a single long eyelash of his. Prosecutor Sadmani sounds like he's used to holding, some serious clout. I heard clout in a Ace Attorney game. Why do I have such bad luck with prosecutors? First it was the glimmerous fop. And now that I'm finally rid of that granting, bling-loving Europhile, I get this guy. Oh no, now I'm really gonna be late. He'll probably make me listen to one of those really long, sutras again. I'll see you later. Makes her listen to sutras. Sounds like Emma's got it pretty rough too. She does not appreciate Prosecutor Sadmati's, sutras. What ingratitude. It appears that she, too, is lacking in religious devotion. I don't think that's what the problem is here. Besides, Emma's not even a Corinist. Pension Center. Nick, I knew you'd come. Maya, he sure looks tired. How are you holding up? It wasn't me, but no one will believe me. I have to admit, I'm still a bit in shock. Who'd have thought you'd get caught up into something like this, and so far from home? But I'm going to defend you, so hang in there. We can do this if we work together. This is all my fault. I mean, you came to Karain just to visit me. We hadn't seen each other in ages, and then this happens. I haven't seen her, this down in ages either. Come on, remember who you're talking to. Besides, I thought you'd be used to being the usual suspect by now. Haha, I guess you're right. So basically what that is she was accused of murder in 2 other cases in the original Pheonix Wright trilogy. And so this is her 3rd case, her 3rd time being accused of murder. She is the most unluckiest Ace Attorney character. And you've saved me each and every time. Yup, just so tell me everything you can and let's go from there. Barbed Head, stop stalling and go straight to the matter of true import. We know she is the murderer, therefore it is time for her confession. Your benevolence. What brings the royal priestess to a place like this? I am watching over this lawyer to keep him from tampering with anything in this case. Now, out with it. Confess to your crime. And please, your benevolence. Could you please take it down a notch or 3? Maya, please tell me what you can. I know this must be difficult, but anything you can remember might help. Sure, okay. The incident. I didn't kill the High Priest. I wouldn't even dream of it. I mean, he always treated me so well. Abbot Inmate was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. How could I ever kill someone like that? He sounds like a really good person. I think I would have liked him. It was so much fun. I got to enjoy meals with his family and everything. And his wife was a master of Koreanese cuisine I'd never eaten better in my life. Like they were her family, and home away from home in this foreign land. Must have been a source of comfort, with being here for training all alone. But what? Can't completely deny the charge either. Huh? As I suspected, the snake has shown her true colors at last. Your benevolence, please. I'm trying to figure out what really happened here. So what do you mean you can't completely deny the charge? Well, during the purification rite, suddenly got really sleepy. Next thing I knew, Abbot in me was, you know, suddenly got sleepy. So then, you didn't actually see the High Priest get murdered. No, I didn't. But if I was possessed by some crazed spirit while I was asleep, then... What an excuse. How dare you pin the crime on another person's soul? Be honest. What you call training is but an extended vacation in reality. And also I don't think this is a coincidence that she passed out. Remember that Pheonix passed out too, and Pheonix thinks it's his back. Pheonix didn't pass out because of his back. There was something else that caused him to pass out. And that training here is simply for prestige. No, it's not like that at all. Training. I'm training to become the master of the Karain channeling technique. A neophyte practitioner such as yourself become a channeling master? I think not. The spiritual power required is beyond the means of an outsider like you. Rafa seems to really hate fakers. But Maya does actually have the power to channel spirits. I should let Rafa know. Your benevolence. I wouldn't call Maya a neophyte because he can already channel. Wait, Nick. What? Can I talk to you for a second? Why is she whispering all of a sudden? I want to keep my spirit channeling abilities secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. Just keep it a secret for now, okay? If you say so. What's that all about? What is all that whispering over there? Oh, it's nothing, really. I'll have to ask about this later when Princess Rafa's not around. Oh, I almost forgot. Nick. Yes. About Abbot Inme's murder. There was something I noticed that I thought strange. Oh? What you noticed? So, what was it that you noticed? Well, you probably won't believe me, but why don't you let me be the judge of that? Okay, so you know that spring? The spring? You mean the pool in front of the warbed statue? Yes, that. The water in there was dark red. And when I say dark red, I mean blood red. Oh, that? Yeah, I saw it too. You did. Yeah, the High Priest's blood turned it red. What? No, that's not what I meant. The spring was red before he was killed. What? What? Wait, so it was already red, even before the High Priest was killed? Yeah, I noticed it during the purification rite, just before I passed out. It's just like the ancient legend says. What ancient legend? The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. That's how it goes, anyway. Hold on. Yes, there is a legend about the inner sanctum that says just that. But the water runs red this time thanks to the murder. The police investigation confirmed it. Perhaps your eyes were deceived by the lantern light reflecting off of the water. I don't think that was it, though. An ancient legend, huh? Wonder if it's connected to this murder somehow. On the day of the rite, the water in the spring was already stained red with Abbot Inme, when Abbot Inme and Maya arrived at the inner sanctum. I wonder if that spring was already filled with blood to try to hide the time of death. That might have been it. Maybe it was meant to cover the time of death. That's possible. But whose blood would it be there? That's the question. Nick. Yes. So, actually, there's one more thing. What's up with Maya? She keeps looking over her benevolence like she's worried what Rafa will think. One more thing. There's something I want to show you. There is. I found this at the inner sanctum after I came to. Is this a letter? And is that rebels? The rebels I know use kind of like a red text. Is this a letter? It's in Kuranese. See that stamp on the far left at the end of the letter? Does it look familiar? Yeah, it looks like the rebel one. This red stamp here. That's the mark of Lady Kira. Oh, right. It looks just like the mark on her forehead. Lady Kira, you say? Let me see that. Well, why? This is... What? What does it say? Do not perform the rite. I know what you are planning, Lady Kira. That sounds like a threat or a warning. What? Whoever's pretending to be Lady Kira was pressuring the High Priest to stop the rite. Why? Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Dude, Nick, do you think... It's always... The really creepy music always plays when you're in a bad situation. Wait. First, there's that ancient legend. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. Now there's also Lady Kira's warning. Plus the warp dagger being eyed as the murder weapon. Don't tell me. That's why she has to be the real deal. It gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed a sacred robe or something. Don't tell me. You actually believe that the real Lady Kira returned to kill the High Priest? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? Historical figures don't come back to life. I mean, give me a break. But you were saying only yesterday how it was more fun to believe that she's the real deal. Yeah, yesterday. I wish I could keep on entertaining that fantasy too. But the fact is, we're dealing with a murder here. Thus, my days of dreaming have come to an end. I'm going to keep it real from now on, and you should too, Nick. Thought you said I was the boring one because I was keeping it real. Sorry, I guess I've outgrown that stepladder argument we always have. Oh man, that's a big Easter egg with the stepladders in the Ace Attorney series that even the developers keep bringing up because the fans were talking about it so much. I think you mean ladder, Maya. Keeping it real. So, what do you mean by keeping it real? Oh, but you know how someone is dressing up like Lady Kira and capturing rebels, right? Oh, you mean the rebel hunter, Lady Kira, in the papers. Yeah, that one. I think that's who probably said this warning. What nonsense is this? You dare to suggest that Abbott and me was slain by Lady Kira, you nincompoop. Eek. The rebel hunter is sure to be a vigilante who loves this, kingdom. And it is that patriotism that led them to cloak their identity in the guise of Lady Kira. Such a patriot would never slay the High Priest. I guess it's only natural for Prince Rafa to see it that way, but I can't let it go at that. Besides, why would such a vigilante want to stop the purification rite in the first place? I haven't figured that one out yet. I rest my case. Still, if this rebel hunter had a compelling enough reason, they might have killed the High Priest after he ignored their warning. You big dummy, you can't fool me. It was you who forged that warning letter. You were trying to shed your guilt onto our most sacred Lady Kira. Admit it! No, I'd never do such a thing. Now, your benevolence. Let's try to remain rational about this. Urgh. Maya, did you show that letter to the police? No. I was afraid that it would anger everybody needlessly. So I was waiting to show it to you, Nick. Judging by your benevolence reaction, I'd say Maya was right to be worried. Wait, what are... And also, the thing is, though, is one unrealistic thing here is that the police would have found that letter because in real life, the police are going to search you, especially after you're arrested. So anything that you have, the police are going to have too. There are a number of places in this letter where there are 3 holes in a row, yeah. Are these supposed to be some sort of message too? Not that we'll be finding out anytime soon, I suspect. There are holes in rows of 3 all over it. Lady Kira's warning. You guys also told me in the comments this is a really good case. Alright, accused, wrap it up. I guess they have more questions for me. Yeah, at least I have a better idea of what we're up against now. Nick, there's something I've been meaning to say. I don't need a lawyer this time. What are you talking about? It's just, you know, they have that Defense Culpability Act here in Khura'in, right? Well, if I'm found guilty, you'll be charged with abetting a criminal. Maya, thanks for thinking of me, but... Don't worry, Maya. We'll pull through this together somehow. We always have, haven't we? Yeah, but we're not in Kansas anymore, you know. Kansas? True, but I've been through one trial here already. So I know what I'm getting myself into. We're going to win this one, no matter what. Because I believe in your innocence. Yeah, I know. We've always won because of your faith in me. That's right. So it's all aboard the Pheonix Freedom Express. Thank you, Nick. Well, I'll see you later. Bravado will not save you tomorrow, and by then, it will be too late to ask for mercy. We're going to beat this charge. You'll see. I don't care to understand every single word that was spoken. But I don't like the sound of that Pheonix Freedom Express one bit. Wait. Don't tell me you don't know what Freedom Express refers to. Ah. Of course I know. Do not presume to know what I do not know. I'm no closer to understanding why someone would want the High Priest dead. But given the use of the warp dagger and the existence of the warning letter, I'd say the rebel hunter is disguised as Lady Kira is the real prime suspect. It might help if I knew a little bit more about this modern-day Lady Kira. I wonder if anyone has any Maybe the first thing I should do is to go someplace where locals like to gather. Bazaar. Okay, yeah. May 10. Terrain, Bazaar. I guess the Bazaar is a good place to start as any now. Who should I... I see. So that is what a Freedom Express is. Consulting her pocket internet again, I see. Mr. Wright. That sounds like... Oh, it's Albie. Is Ms. Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. Do you now, boy? Kunka, your benevolence. You mustn't trust in lawyers, you. Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh, what's wrong, Albie? Your benevolence speaks with the, They speak in the vernacular, little, monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. I'll be your guide, your benevolence. Know this, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep. I wish you'd stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man, and I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry, forgive my insolence. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Oh. Mr. Wright, her benevolence has sunk into the ground. You must feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course not. I'm always glad to help. The Rebel Hunter. So what have you heard about the Rebel Hunter that was in the newspaper? Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira. So they're treating this Rebel Hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh? People have been on edge recently. What with that jailbreak and stuff? I sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon. Escaped prisoner? Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured. There's a hardened criminal on the loose. That is bad news. Yes, but the modern-day Lady Kira is also super amazing. I mean, she takes down big, scary rebels all by herself. Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. And what about that escaped prisoner, Albie? So, what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like? They say he's a vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man. Dirk, as in the leader of that rebel group. Yes, the escapee serves that dreadful master of the Defiant Dragons. They say the prisoner's a formidable soldier, and that he wields a big scary knife. Rumor has it, he's a cold-blooded killer to boot. Sounds like a really dangerous man. He is, but the police still can't find him, even after an exhaustive search. Wonder if he has anything to do with this case. Wait, I remember hearing about a prison. There is a prison at the apex of this mountain. Prison? Way up there. Prison is at the top of the Inner Sanctum's mountain, right? How did he even break out? No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Sounds like an inside job. Sounds like he has somebody that helped him escape. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again. Terrible incident? Terrible incident? What's that? What was that about a terrible incident, Albie? It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. What? And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. The previous queen was assassinated. Kind of unsettling. Oh, it was a terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, to take the life of such a gentle queen. Only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that. Wonder if the queen was really a nice person as he's claiming her to be. They really take their queen seriously here, like god-worshipping levels here. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one. Those defiant dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next? So that's why the people of Karain are so afraid of that escapee, and why they want the rebel hunter to take him out, along with the other rebels. So, is there anything else you can tell me about the rebel hunter, Lady Kira, Albie? I was just thinking there was something else. But what was it? Wait, I wonder. The guy who we talked to on the mountain, I wonder if that was the rebel that escaped. The guy who didn't know who he was. Maybe he fell and he hit his head. Oh yeah. Here. What is it? Shadu found it. Why, that's the warped arrow. Feeling better now, your benevolence? This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I'm the crown princess of Karain. Now, let me see that boy. Yes, your benevolence. It looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira's once used in battle. Three-pronged arrow. I could swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shadu find it, Albie? Near Abbot Inmi's house. Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells me I better look into this. Warped arrow. Resembles the three-pronged arrows once used by Lady Kira, discovered near the High Priest's home. Albie, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house? Yes, of course. Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira in the purification rite. I should probably talk to her, too. High Priest's house, let's go. Day 10. High Priest's, house. This is where the High Priest lived. Wait a minute. Where they brought me when my back gave out. Yeah. And the woman in front of that altar, she must be the High Priest's wife. Excuse me. Yes, may I help you? I was hoping to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her? Please forgive the intrusion, Lady, Belieb. Lady Belieb. I wonder if that's an Easter egg towards another name, like if that means anything. The names are puns, they refer to something a lot of times. It's like, you get an idea of what type of person that they are based on their name. Belieb. Does that mean anything? Belieb? Belieb. Belieb. Ray, believe? Believe. Maybe that's, believe. Believe. That might be the name. Oh my, did I get that pun right? Believe? Is that the name? Oh my, your benevolence. And I love this about Ace Attorney, how the characters have, like, hidden meanings in their names. I just love that. Please, be at ease. But if her name is Believe, does that mean that she's trustworthy or untrustworthy? Because that could be the opposite. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. You honor me with your, kind words. Look, dear, the royal priestess had come to visit us. Yes, What's that? Oh, of course. Talking with his funeral picture? My husband, too, is delighted that the royal priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abbot Inmi. No, I don't possess the power to speak, but I can feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait till later, dear. He's definitely speaking with him. So your benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode? This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence. I know this must be difficult, but could I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under suspicion, you see. Friend of yours. So then, you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct? That's right. And also, that's the thing is, a lot of foreigners, when they refer to the United States, they refer to this as the States. I always just found that a bit weird. There's a lot of I guess some Americans say the States too, but I've noticed mostly foreigners say the States, and a lot of Americans, we find it weird when people say the States. That's right. I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know. Abbott and me and his wife were one of the closest and most loving couples in Karain. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further. She did just lose the love of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. But I need to talk to her if I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the warped arrow that I'll be found near the house. Too much I need to find out for me to just leave yet. Would it be okay if I stayed here for a little while? Barbed Head, have you not been listening to a word I said? Look, Your Benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind. Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes, I know. No, don't. Not in front of the Royal Priestess. Now, if you would excuse me. What the heck were they even talking about? But poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised. Kirk. I was just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt Miss In Me. Could it be that you actually possess a conscience? Of course I do. But I'm also desperate for information. So, what do you plan to do now? Pass the time by looking around the room, I guess, and see if she changes her mind? Just see that you do not touch anything you should not. I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. What is this? Oh, it's a wanted poster for the rebel escape everyone's talking about. What? Let me see that. That's Arabal, senior member Insurgent Leadership and former paratrooper of a... Now, was this the guy that appeared in the anime cutscene at the start? Or it could be the guy that we saw in the mountain, but he might be disguised. Foreign land, wanted for crimes against the kingdom, considered armed and dangerous. So he's ex-military, huh? His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once. Wanted poster describing the escaped prisoner mentions a sizable reward. Reward 3 million Dama, senior member of Insurgent Leadership, and former paratrooper of a foreign land. Wanted for crimes against the kingdom, considered armed and dangerous. Contact authorities for any information. Is something wrong? The bounty is 3 million Damas, money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about 1 million Damas. You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare. Unexpectedly? How rude. Naifa has always taught me that kingdoms that do not value their people come to ruin. As Crown Princess, is only natural that I care for my people. How about sending some of that kindness this way? Well, I suppose I could. If you quit being a lawyer and pay taxes to our kingdom, that is. Oh well, it was worth a shot. What's this bag? The steel samurai patch on this bag. Guess that bag must be Maya's. She probably left it here while she was performing that rite. This game looks kind of like checkers or chess. You mean to say you have never heard of Kachu de Mal? I have heard people describe it as a Kuranese chess. So 2 players take turns moving their pieces in a bid to capture the other's king? Not quite. In Kachu de Mal, the object is the utter annihilation of your opponent. Furthermore, each piece is a special move that can only be used once per game. Special moves. Sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. Oh, here, this guy, I recognize him already. Isn't that the Justice Minister I met? But who's the woman in the picture next to him? Looks really important. Could she be the Queen of Karain? What a magnificent altar. Of course it is magnificent. It is for the Holy Mother, after all. The Holy Mother? Is she that faceless figure there? Such insolence, how do you know who her holiness is on sight? You seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant? Sorry, it won't happen again. Why lawyers are so despised. Now listen well. Depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Koreanism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like. And that includes members of the royal family. Wow, now there's an unusual custom. So, you have a really famous person that founded your kingdom and you don't know what they looked like? It's gonna be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can't know what she looks like. The garbage, right, let's see what's in here. Looks like a wastebasket. Hey, there's an envelope sticking out. There are 3 holes in a row near the top. Wait, 3 holes? Three holes are in this one, too. 3 holes, look. Now, where have I seen holes like these before? Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog. You're a pitiful creature, indeed. What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do. It says, to the High Priest. You cannot even read. You are even more pitiful than I had thought. Thanks, and I will keep your word of wisdom in mind, your benevolence. Guess I should have studied some Koreanese before I came. The envelope was addressed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I better hang on to it. The envelope addressed to the High Priest. There's no return address. 3, unusual-looking holes are punched into it. What is this scary-looking spiky thing? It is a floor cushion for heightening a practice instrumental focus. Your ignorance astounds me. There's not a soul in Korean who would not recognize this. Floor cushion? You mean you're supposed to sit on this? How else would you suggest it be used? Like a torture device to me. What show is this? It is the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. It is based on Lady Kira and is the #1 action hero show in Korea. Plum Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Yes, it's an entirely original show created right here in our kingdom. Not so sure about its originality given its overall look and that theme song. It's a rip-off Steel Samurai. Yeah, it's a rip-off Steel Samurai. Is something the matter? Well, we have an action hero show back home that is really similar to this. I'm guessing this shows why Maya is so into Lady Kira. Yeah, the Steel Samurai, I called it. Honestly, the theme song is exactly the same as the one from Maya's favorite show. Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. It's a popular action hero series filmed right in LA. Set in a city known as Neo Old Tokyo, it's the Steel Samurai in mortal combat against his nemesis, the Evil Magistrate. Maya collected DVDs and merchandise from that series as long as I've known her. The Plum Punisher seems awful similar to the Steel Samurai. The Plum Punishers originated here in Korea. That clear, Barbed, but which one was made first? Yes, your benevolence. Note to self. Never suggest that again. A poster of the mountains. Oh, the Inner Sanctum mountain is feared against those towering peaks. 2,298 meters. That is a mile and a half going up. Those beautiful mountains are known as the Roof of Korain. And I see they have even included Mount Pony Pony in that poster. Mount Pony Pony, is that the smallest peak to the left? Known as the Little Sanctum, is just west of the Inner Sanctum. Is it not beautiful? I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could not perceive such beauty. No, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning. Mountain Range poster. A poster in the High Priest's house. Shows the Inner Sanctum and Mount Pony Pony. Lady, believe it has not had a change of heart and simply, waiting shall not change that. Can't we just wait a little longer? Wonder if she'll ever open up. Oh, you're still here. Lady, believe? Miss Inme, you think you're ready to talk? Is it okay with you, dear? Yes, I will let him know. Let he believe. You don't have to speak to this lawyer if it's not your wish. No, it's quite alright. If my husband were still with us, he would say, as much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matters, if it would help to find the truth, then ask whatever you may. Okay, I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, did Miss Indy call herself lovely just now? Well, whatever are you waiting for? Ask your questions quickly, so your departure may just as swift. Yes, of course. Harassed in me. And what is the monk's name supposed to be a reference to? Harassed in me. Harassed in me. Harassed in me. I know that has to mean something. I'm trying to figure it out. Harassed in me. What could the monk's name? Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately? No, I don't recall anything of the sort. Ah, this is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him? He was a kind man and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him. Oh. He's lying. He's lying. Nobody has a grudge against him. These are Cyclops. This means Miss Indy is trying to hide something from me. This is the Magatama Maya gave me all those years ago. And it has a really amazing power. It reacts when someone is hiding something. And allows me to see the Cyclops that are holding the person's mind shut. And the Cyclops music is always really creepy in these games. Whenever I see any, I only have to present my Magatama triangle to try and unlock them. Unlocking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone. Let's see here.
Take that!
The High Priest. Cyclops. Appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. That must mean that Miss Indy thought of someone who just might have such a grudge. Let's just stir the pot a little, and see what happens. Well, that might be a bad idea, too. Miss Indy, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be. That would be Maya, would it not? No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. I wonder if this is the escape prisoner, this guy. The escape prisoner. I believe the escape prisoner killed your husband. Probably thought that your husband would get in the way of his escape plan. But were that the case, wouldn't Maya have been slain as well? Oh, right. I didn't want to say Lady Kira because it's gonna be Lady Kira. It was Rebel Hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her. What the? I know not of what you speak. Really. Because she even made the front page recently. I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I? Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abbott in me.
Take that!
The warning. This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. Ah. Okay, we broke one of the lies. This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the High Priest, didn't it? And how do you know Maya wasn't lying to you? Because I've never seen a letter before, and I doubt my husband's ever did either. Sorry, but I have evidence that proves that this warning was meant for your husband. This, yeah, the envelope.
Take that!
What's that? It's an envelope addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? Ah. Only one more lie left, okay. What nonsense is this? How can you prove the warning was delivered in this envelope? Gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second. Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter. There is. Yes, that proof is right here in the warning letter. This spot on the warning letter proves that the, because this was folded, so it was only done once, but because it was folded, yeah, this.
Take that!
The 3 holes. The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place in the envelope, the holes line up. Ah. As for what made the holes, I believe it was this. Three-pronged arrows, yeah, this, probably. So it was shot in an arrow. From an arrow into the wall of the house? Was that it? Yeah, the arrow, it has to be it. They were made by this warped arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope, addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow. Okay, we broke all the lies. Are you ready to tell me the truth now? I admit the warning was sent to my husband. But he was not an insurgent. Then why did you keep it a secret? Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't. I guess that makes sense. If Rebel Hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect. We are a Kuranist kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Kuranism itself. Your husband was a devout priest of Kuranism, and you feared that his good name would be tarnished if the warning went public. Yes, makes sense. But is it the honest truth? What if the High Priest really was a rebel? Rebel Hunter would have had a motive to kill him. That is a possibility. The High Priest being a rebel, that's somewhere people wouldn't look, wouldn't suspect. That's perfect cover. Still, this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Warning. Could you tell me a little more about the warning? It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed. By the side of your bed. Yes. We had the whole house locked up tight. And yet someone still managed to slip in. Oh, it was so frightening, wasn't it, dear? But you didn't contact the police. Because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel. That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Rust would still be alive. Oh, lovely wife. No need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone. Barbed head, that is quite enough. Yes, you're probably right. Miss Inmi, I'm sorry to have bothered you such a difficult time. Don't be silly. I'm happy if I have helped. Your benevolence. May you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Barbed head. You seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira. And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion. I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. Only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about Abbot Inmi would be Maya. What the? My mother has said what? Seems I must go. Something happened? Yes. My mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priest's passing, and that she shall conduct a prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady, Believe. Thank you, your benevolence. My husband is most delighted, too. Wonderful for you, Miss Inme. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor. Barbed Head, you are coming as well. Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate. As the one in charge with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now come along. Arguing the point will probably just make things worse for me. I better let her have her way this time. This is the palace? Oh. Welcome, Lady Believe. The Queen? This is the Queen of Karain. What is wrong with you, Barbed Head? Show some respect. Huh? Oh, should I bow or prostrate myself? No, it is quite alright. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly, trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband, Now that's what I call a commanding presence. So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Yes, Your Eminence, I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Heck, I have no idea how to talk to a queen. Oh, may the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother. Wow. Queen is seriously something else. Eh, the Prayer of Lament, huh? Oh no, not the Justice Minister. Don't see how that'll do any good. I hate this guy. It's Justice Minister Inga. Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again, have we met? I'm Pheonix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Alright, blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Your daughter? Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's father? So he's Queen Garan's husband? You're planning on sticking your fat nose in this mess too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said, the last time. You better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You want to question me? That would be great. You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. He talks very differently than a lot of other Karainese people. I wonder if he's even from Karain. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work. Incident. I wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case, too. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. What the? You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be different this time. I got Kareni's, top prosecutor on this one, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one, and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? Heh, you lawyers are all the same. You strut your stuff till the DC Act, comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you. But well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act? Heh, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm gonna enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, it made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Garan administration are gonna get just what they deserve. Especially those rebel scum. You can't get away with that here. Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Karain, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king. No. I'm pretty sure that the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking, so I can charge you with lessee majesty. I can't get myself arrested now. Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. That's all thanks to the DC Act, so I don't want to hear any more lip about it. But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve. So I'd watch if I were you. Because you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Stay white. You know what these are? No, what? Orders of execution. They really, pile up if I start slacking off. What? And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are you? Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. I've returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence. Are you done with the rite? Yes. It was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother. Hope this will help ease her sorrow, even a little. So, you have been speaking with my father? Yes, you could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Yeah, sure he does. Karain, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Yes, of course. Seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. Oh, it's you, Nick. Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence. But I have a small lead. Really? Well, for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. The High Priest. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. What? Uh-oh, Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this about Abbott in me, a rebel? About Abbott in me. Wonder what that means. Abbott in me. Abbott in me. It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. Alright, alright. I was just raising the possibility. I will not listen to such tomfoolery. He stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. You recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. He was restless and kept looking up at the sky. Doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else comes to mind? Sorry, that's about it. Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on. I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll explain later. With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier. Why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Koreanism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. See, spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority, then in that case. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it, too. Spirit channeling in the Korean, tradition was developed from a Koreanist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my, clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Koreanese. It may be a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I really don't know. So, if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Korean, and it's a power that somebody somehow made its way down the line to Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Garen and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. Well, eventually they would find out about it. I see, I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualifications needed to become the master. And what is this qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition, and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want. Yep. At least, I think. Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. Once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another, in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of a master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Crane Village. That's gotta be a lot of pressure. So speaking of similarities, I noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Plum Punisher. So you've already seen the Plum Punisher. You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. There is not a single person in Karain who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence. You're back. As royal priestesses, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind, in order to fulfill my duty. I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Her sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to both of you. Show off. Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yup, ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specifically made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap? Don't tell me you're a Plum Punisher fan too, your benevolence. No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things. Yeah, she definitely watches it. Right. No, I'm telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. How did you get your hands on that, Maya? I found a kindred spirit in a Plum Punisher fan here in Karain. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by the cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise. You bet. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. Super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Karenese friend was so happy I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. Guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Karain. Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai's Japanese taiko drums that go. Daka Don 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 is in the intro. One of a kind strap plays the Plume Punisher theme when the Magatama on her belt is pressed, but why is that evidence? Right. Guess my ears are just worse. Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I'm going to totally pitch it to some TV stations when I get back home. It's going to be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence? I have no interest in such things. Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me. Okay, thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Temple. It's getting late. Won't be long till sundown. Mr. Wright, your benevolence. Are you done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Here to join me? Yes. Please allow me to help. Okay, first, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's right. It was that rebel hunter. What of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could solve that mystery... Right, I can figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead. How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in the crime, after all. Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the Act. Your benevolence. While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, your benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence, within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon. What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As royal priestesses, it is my duty to reveal the truth throughout the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are the very truth itself. Perhaps yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headman's axe. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in the so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, got up plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Karain. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. Okay, so I guess it ends right here, guys. I will have the next part up for you guys as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. Next part's gonna be the trial end. We're probably gonna encounter a lot of crazy things at the trial. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one. Take care, everyone.